sandals on the way I'm sliding up. I won't join no gang cause I speak truth and I ain't slime enough. I can't kill my brothers, we the same, it's just not adding up. Esau he a killer, genocide, he keeps attracting us. Most I say be fruitful, multiply, so we be adding up. Compare his seed to the sand of the sea, we deep so you can't add us up. My people they got hate inside they heart, they wanna paint us up. Grew up in the red zone, blood tears, I see red flags on us. This world be killing me with lies the way they capping on me. Like these publicans, they coons and seeing the way they taxing on me. Prove what you say, the evidence, show me the facts, lil' homie. Don't hold your tongue, just bring it out. What's on your mind, lil' brody? Riding on Forgiatos, bougie, how we sip Moscato. Feast days of the Lord, champagne, be rainy poncho. Salvation of the Lord's people, come on, we need that pronto. Wisdom, yes, it bring riches like we just won a lotto. Keep these commandments in the faith, my brother, that's the motto. Most High humble you quick, boy, if you think you macho. It's real, we poor, but we rich in spirit. Blow him up like beers, maybe Jared.
Most High, right? Real quick, sister, real quick. I know you gotta go, right? I know you gotta go, right? But so far, right? With you understanding, right, what the brother was beautifully breaking down and bringing out, right, what would you call yourself now as a nationality? Based off of what the Lord called us. Not based off what our oppressors called us, but what the Lord called us. Say that one more time. That's right. That's right. Well, no, you're right, but we want to take the ish off of that. The reason why I say that is because the suffix ish means pertaining to. So when you refer to yourself, or the people over there in that land that refer to themselves as Jewish, that mean they acting like something, right? Because like if you call me girlish, that don't mean I'm a girl. I mean I'm acting like one. See what I'm saying? So you're a Jew. You're an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? Okay, the sound right there, right? So you would be an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? You know that's the same tribe Christ came from. Did you know that? Right? Let's bring that out real quick for the sister, right?
May I get a flyer?
Right, Hebrews 7 and 14.
Hebrews chapter 7 and verse 14. For it is evident that our Lord sprang out of Judah.
Out of where?
Out of Judah.
Right, you see that? Who's our Lord, right? Who the world calls Jesus Christ, right? And guess what? He came from the tribe of Judah. So sister, you got that same blood running through your veins and don't even know it.
That's right. Yeah.
You see that? So these are the things that our people got to come into the realization of. Now I want to touch on something real quick, because when you first came up, right, and I talked to you, you said I'm for the cause, right? So you love your people, right? Let me ask you something. What's the greatest way that you could actually help your people? Right? We're not talking about voting. We're not talking about legislating. What's truly the greatest way that you can help your people? Say that one more time. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with talking. That's what we're doing. You see that? But watch this. Let's give it an answer, right? Go to Deuteronomy chapter 30 and start at verse 1, right? And give me the book of Lamentations chapter 2 and verse 14, right? And give me the book of Ezekiel chapter 39 and start at verse 22.
Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse.
It said the blessing and the curse. Now this is Moses speaking into the Israelites, right? Would you say that our people living in a blessing or a curse right now? Right, exactly. We living in a curse right now. So it said the blessing or the curse, right? Go ahead.
Which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind.
Right, that's exactly what's going on right now. We're literally calling these things to mind. We're calling to mind that we Israelites from the tribe of Judah. We're calling to mind the reasons why we went through the things that we went through as a people. Right, go ahead.
Among all the nations, whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
Right.
And shalt return unto the Lord thy God, and shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day. Thou and thy children, with all thine heart, and with all thy soul.
So he said, when we begin to call these things of mine amongst the nations, right? We in the land of America. They call America a great melting pot, right? Because why? Every nation's here. So we're among the nations. We calling these things to mind. Not only are we calling these things to mind, but it said and begin to do those things of the Lord, which is what? Keeping the commandments. Like the brother brought out a commandment for you. You see what I'm saying? So when we begin to do these different things, what did the Lord say was going to happen? Go ahead.
Verse 3. That then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity.
Read it again.
Then it's like that. Then the Lord thy God will turn thy captivity.
Then the Lord will begin to turn our captivity. You understand? That's why you see the downfall of America happening right before your eyes. That's why you see war brewing up throughout the four corners of the earth. That's why you see the dollar, the value of the dollar going down. That's why you see all these things beginning to happen, because you got more and more people waking up to who they are according to what God said. You see what I'm saying? So the point is, what What's the greatest way to help our people? By coming into the fullness of who we are according to what the Most High God said, which is what? What did God call us? Right? A lot of people say we as children. Right? A lot of people say we as children. Yeah, we are as children. I don't know if you have kids, sister, but if you do, you gave, more than likely you gave them a what? When they was born. Right? Go to the book of Isaiah chapter 45 and start at verse 4. When you had your kid, right, if you ever had any, right, but when you have a kid, normally what's the first thing you do? Sometimes you do this thing before they even come on the earth. Right? Bring this out. Who got this?
Isaiah chapter 45 and verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel mine elect, I have even called thee by thy name.
The Lord say?
I have even called thee by thy name.
Yeah, we are the children of the Lord. You're right. We are his children, but guess what? Everybody on the earth got a name. Right? When you have a child, guess what? You name that child. Guess what? The Lord named us. Right? And what did the Lord name us? Read that one more time.
From top. Isaiah 45 and verse 4. For Jacob my servant's sake, and Israel.
And who?
And Israel. And Israel.
Right? It said in Israel. Right? So we are the Israelites, right? That's something that you can never forget, sister. Right? That's the world's best kept secret. That's what they don't want us to know. Right? So we can't go and walk around a corner or go to work or go to continue to live life and then forget the knowledge that the Most High God has granted unto you. Because it's a blessing to be able to know who you are, man. A lot of people go their whole lives without understanding who they are. You understand? A lot of people go years without ever understanding this. Right? But the Most High God has revealed these different things unto you this day. So with that, you got to take that wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that have been given to you so far, and you got to do what? You got to continue to build upon it. Right? Because at the end of the day, like we read in Deuteronomy chapter 30, that's how we help our people. The more of us that continue to turn into the Lord, the more this captivity goes down, and guess what? Things begin to turn. That's the best way to help our people at the end of the day. See what I'm saying, sister? All right, so last scripture for you, all right? Give me Ezra chapter 7 and verse 10. Right? And real quick, before we bring this out, right, what's one commandment that you learned so far since you've been up here with the last brother that was up here? Right? No, you're right, you did. Your true identity. Okay, all praise. Okay, you already know. Okay, all praises. Okay, all praise to the Most High. Right, that's right. You ever heard the term, I've been working like a Hebrew slave? Yeah, that's because we are those slaves. We are those Hebrews, man. We are those Hebrew Israelites. Right, so guess what? Can I give you one real quick commandment outside of the 10 Commandments? You like to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster? No? Okay, all praise to the Most High. Okay, so you don't eat no pork?
I don't mess with pork at all.
All praise to the Most High. Clap it up for this. All praise to the Most High.
Right.
You eat pork, period. All praise. Ain't nothing wrong with chicken. And if fish is okay, but it depends on what type of fish, though. You eat catfish, you be having fish fries?
All right.
I like my fish baked.
Baked?
I don't like fried food, period.
Okay, what kind of fish you be baking then?
I think whiting, swallowing.
Whiting, okay. Whiting is good. Perch, whiting, salmon, bluegill, big mouth bass, cod. Those fish that we can eat. But if it don't have fins and scales, we can't deal with it. Right? So basically, them bottom feeders, we can't deal with it. It's a reason why they dwell at the bottom. All they do is eat the manure that comes from the other fish and the bacteria and different stuff.
I'm picky.
All praises. Well, it's good. Right? So that's a commandment that you're keeping already, not even knowing. Right? All praise to the Most High. What about grudges? Uh-oh. What about grudges?
What about it?
You like to hold them? You like to carry grudges with you?
Yeah, I kind of let most of them go.
Let most of them?
Most of them.
Oh, we gotta let all of them go.
All right, well, let me work on these last two.
Okay. Oh, pray. That's all we ask at the end of the day. That's all we ask, because we got to do those things. Because this is the reason why we say that. Because you got to think about it, right? What if the Lord held a grudge against us?
All right,
So,
don't let it go.
Yeah, see that? All praise to the Most High. All praises. All praise. Go ahead.
In the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart.
I said, thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Go ahead.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
Right, that's true love at the end of the day. If it's a car coming and I see you in the middle of the street and I say, watch out, it's a car coming. That's me warning you. right? But if I see a car coming and I just tell this brother, dang, look, she about to get hit. Ooh, that's all. So that's why we say these things when the brother, right, he's seen you right now in the dress, right, he warns you, he lets you know, right? That's why we ask our people about these different things. But go ahead, read on.
Verse 19. Ye shall keep my statutes.
So I can jump up to verse 16.
Verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer.
Oh, I like this one. You wanna know I like this one? Because this is something that a lot of our people don't even know is a commandment. Right? It said, thou shalt not go up and down as a towel bearer. What is a towel bearer? Do y'all know what a towel bearer is, brother and sister? Towel bearer is somebody that reveals secrets. Right? Somebody that goes and everybody, you always got the tea. Right? You always got the tea. Right? You always want to tell somebody something. You understand? And our people got a real bad habit of doing that. Right? But we can't do that. A lot of our people don't even understand that that's an actual commandment. Right? Go ahead. Right? Give me that in the book of Sirach chapter. Give me Sirach chapter 19. Right? And bring out verse 15. Let me see when you get there. Hold on. So like I still wanted that. Nah, we out here every Friday and Saturday. Right? Friday and Saturday we out here. Right? I'm gonna lead this for you for the last one, sister. I know you've been out here for a minute. All praises. Right? Start. Give me verse. That's right. That's right. Right? Start at verse 9.
Sirach chapter 19 and verse 9. For he heard and observed thee, and when time cometh, he will hate thee. If thou hast heard a word,
The Lord say,
if thou hast heard a word, let it die.
let it what?
Let it die with thee.
See, that said, if thou hast heard a word, meaning if one of your friends or somebody tell you something, they confided in you, and you know that that's between you and whoever that person is, the Lord said, hey, let it die with thee. Meaning what? Where you think, you ever heard the term, and hey, I'm taking it to the grave? Where you think they get it from? They get it from the scriptures. The Lord said, if thou hast heard a word, let it die with thee, man. Go ahead.
It says, and be bold, it will not burst thee.
And hey, don't ever let nothing leak out. Right? Meaning what? We can't be towel bearers among our people. Right? This brother tell me something, I say, man, guess what this brother dealing with, man? This brother still dealing with it? Nah, you can't do that. Right? That's off. That's breaking the commandments. So it's a lot of things. Everything is not always some big, great thing. It's simple things as well. You understand? Like what? Not holding grudges. Right? We got to let those things go. And all praise to the Most High, you said you was going to let them go. Right? Because remember, hey, if we can't forgive our own people, how the Lord going to forgive us?
I'm a work in progress.
That's right. Hey, we all are, sister. All praise to the Most High.
That was going to take me a minute, though.
It's going to take you as long as you want it to take. Right? Because guess what? To strengthen you. Right? We can't quote that only when we want to or when we feel like it. Right? We got to live by it. Right? So you, sister, as an Israelite from the tribe of Judah, right? No shrimp, crab, and lobster, right? No pork, all praise to the Most High. And what we got to work on? Them grudges. All right? So, and you can work on it. That's what all praise to the Most High, that we have a time to be able to work on these different things. Right? And we're not just getting, dealt with immediately. You said what?
That one I'm going to have to throw it here anyway.
You're gonna have to really work on. Well, I mean, go to Matthew chapter 6 and verse 14.
Matthew chapter 6 and verse 14, and it reads, in the book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 14, for if ye forgiven men their trespasses, your heavenly Father will also forgive you.
See that? So if you forgive people what they've done to you, they might have cost you, or whatever the case may be. If you forgive them, guess what? The Lord will forgive you for the things that you've done wrong. Right? But what? Read on.
Verse 15. But if ye forgive not men,
What?
but if ye forgive not men their trespasses, neither will your Father forgive your trespass.
So that's something that we got to work on quickly, right? Because we don't want our prayers to go up before the Lord vain, right? Ain't that right, sister? You don't want to pray to the Lord and it's not even being heard because you got grudges that you holding against Keisha, right? Or because you got grudges that you holding against your cousin, right? And we got to let it go, right? Because at the end of the day, what good is it really doing for you to hold a grudge? What is it really doing? other than you just walking around harboring up. Yeah, it's not right. Yeah, you don't want to just hold around that energy with you. You just holding around. You just bad all the time. You just bad. Every time that person, they got power over you when you do stuff like that. Why? Because they might come around, now your whole demeanor change. You let somebody change their entire demeanor because they walked in the room. You're not supposed to. You shouldn't let nobody have power over you like that, man. And really, that's straight up. I'm gonna say what it is. Really, that's Satan having power over you. You could be having a good day, now you're having a bad day because a person walked and standing next to you that you don't like, right? Or they walked in the room with you. All praise to the Most High. And that's all we ask at the end of the day. All right, sister. All right, what's going on? What's your name? Olivia. Olivia? All praise to the Most High, Olivia. So look, this is what we doing, real quick. I'm gonna ask you this. You love your people? Yes. Who are your people?
I am.
Look, once you leave.
Mixed? What you mix with?
I'm black, a little Haitian, and a little white.
A little what?
Black, Haitian, and white.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay, so cool. What's your father?
My daddy is African American.
African American, so-called African American?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Real quick fact about that. Did you know that was invented in 1988 by a man named Jesse Jackson? Yeah, Jesse Jackson came out with the term African American. Because he said we from Africa, and he said, you know, we over here in America now, so we African American. Right? Did you know that's the last name of 2 white men? Leo Scipios Africanus, right? He was a man that conquered the land of Ham, and then he named it after himself. That's why it's called Africa up there now. And then America come from Italian, what you call cartographer, right? Named Amerigo Vespucci, right? He was a map maker. Right, he mapped out the land of America and then named it after himself. So when we call ourselves African American, we call ourselves the last name of 2 white men. Do you come from 2 white men, sister? Exactly, right? So at the end of the day, obviously you a God-fearing woman, right? Okay, bring this up.
Yeah, going into the African American. In the book of Psalms, chapter 49 and verse 11, their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They shall, they call their lands after their own names.
See that? Meaning what? These people, right? They do what? They take a land and they named it after themselves. You see what I'm saying? So these different things. A lot of the different states on the East Coast is actually named after people, colonizers. You understand? So, point is of me bringing that up is, what did God call us? You said you're a God-fearing woman. What did God call you? What did God call our people? You said what? His children? You're right, we are his children, but the same thing I told the sister that was up here earlier, right? When you have a child, right? Hey, King. Right? You got any kids, King, if you don't mind me asking? You got kids, right? So, you got any kids, if you don't mind me asking, King? You got one, right? So, boom, this is perfect. When you had your first kid, what was the first thing that you did?
Made sure she was good.
You said, huh?
Made sure she was good.
Right, yeah, that's true. All praise to the Most High for that too, man. It's beautiful to see fathers, you know, in their kids' lives, right? But my point is, right? What's going on, my brother? What's going on, King? What's going on, King?
There's only one guy, one guy.
Come chop it up.
Where we come from, they ain't no.
I can't hear you. I'm hard. I can't hear you. You gotta come up here.
No, you can't hear me right here.
I can't.
Ain't no masters and no slaves where we come from.
Come up here,
No,
brother.
he read to me out the King James Version. But
Come up
that's
here.
King James Version.
Brother, come talk to me, brother.
And you got 90% of the Christians don't even know who King James is.
Who was King James then? We can talk about it. I can tell you who King James was. Come talk to it. Come plead your cause, brother. Right? Come plead your cause, brother. Right? People, they get bent out of shape over King James, not understanding King James was just like us, man. You said, huh? I can't hear you across the street, brother. Come be a man and talk to me, brother. Brother, come be a man and have a conversation with me, brother. Don't talk to me from across the street and repeat the same thing over and over again. Right? Go to the man, go to the book of Job chapter 38, man. Start at verse 2. Give me Job 38, start at verse 2. Give me the book of Job chapter 32. Right, bring this out.
Job chapter.
Brother, I don't respect you talking to me across the street, brother. If we gonna have a conversation, come up here and talk to me. Right? Hey,
Job chapter 38 and verse 2. Who is this that darkeneth counsels by words without knowledge?
what?
With words without knowledge.
A lot of people speak words that don't have no knowledge. They just say stuff. And most of the time it's stuff that they just regurgitate. They heard somebody else say it, now they just want to come up and say it. Right, read it again.
God, gird up thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me.
What?
And answer thou me.
That's all we be wanting sometimes, man. We ask a question, just answer it. Right? Any question that somebody asks us, hey, we gonna deal with it, man. Right? We not gonna run away and yell across the street. Right? 32 start at verse yeah.
In the book of Job, chapter 32 and verse 9, great men are not always wise.
What the Lord say?
Great men are not always wise.
Just because you up in age don't mean you a wise man. You could be an old fool. Right? That really don't know nothing. Don't have no type of scholarship. You watched one damn documentary about something that you just took, that you built all your foundation off of that. You ain't researched nothing on your own. You ain't go fact check nothing. You just run away with it. Right? What's going on, King? Brother, you guys chosen people more than likely, King, alright? All praise to the Most High. You got 1 minute? Trying to get something to eat? We got food up here, brother. You saying? They go to the right. Finish reading that, bro. Right, but go to the book of Job, chapter go to Job 33 and 19, man. Right, bring this.
Neither do the aged understand judgment.
Right, a lot of aged men don't understand judgment. They don't really understand the things of the scriptures, man. Right, what are you feeling with your belly in the last days? Right, give me that in the book of go to Revelation chapter 10, right, and verse 10 as well. Right, hold that though. Or matter of fact, you can go to Revelation 10 and 10. Right, since you're already right here, go to Job chapter 33, right, and start at verse 19. Right, and somebody give me the book of Psalms chapter 107, right, and I believe I'm on verse 14. Right, bring this up.
In the book of Job, chapter 33, in verse 19, he is chastised, he is chastened, also with pain upon his bed.
Right, matter of fact, 32, Salaki.
Verse
32 and 19. Salaki.
In the book of Job, chapter 32, and verse 19, behold, my belly is as wine.
As what?
As wine.
I said my belly is as wine. A lot of times in the scriptures, right, when you read about about the belly, what is it talking about? It's talking about your mind. It's talking about your brain, your head. Right, read on.
Which no vent, it is ready to burst like new bottles.
I said it's ready to burst like new bottles. What's my point? My point is your mind is your belly. Your belly is your mind. You understand? Bring this out. What's going on, King? Let me ask you a question. You for your people? You like somebody that's for their people, man. Would you say you for your people? You for your people? Can I ask you one question then? Since I said you look like you for your people, you said you are for your people. What's the best way to be able to get our people out of the situation that we're in today? Being at the bottom of society, being in poverty, hating one another. What's the best thing to be able to do for that? How do we do that though? Because a lot of our people come together. Right? The Black Panthers came together, the Crowns came together. Right? Hold on, brother. We got the answer for you though, brother. When you want the answer, right? Brother said coming together is the answer, right? Go to the book of Isaiah chapter 40, go to Isaiah chapter 54 and verse 15. Let's see if the Lord said coming together was the answer. Hold on. Bring this up.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 15, behold, they shall surely gather together.
What the Lord say?
Behold, they shall surely gather together.
The Lord said our people was going to gather together, man. Gathering together has never really been the issue before. Right? That ain't never really been the problem or issue or nothing like that. Right? What's going on, brother?
What's good, brother?
How you doing?
Chilling like a villain, King.
Chilling. Can I ask you a question? What's your nationality, King? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm black African American, but I'm black American.
Black American?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's what it say on my ID, birth certificate.
Right. But we not what they call us, though.
No.
Right? That ain't who we are. We
I'm me. That's my nationality.
Nationality? Me.
Me.
Okay.
Me, myself, and I.
Okay. I know what you mean, right? But I like the fact that you ain't call yourself, or you understand that that's what they call us, though. As far as African American, we can't subscribe to what our oppressors call us at the end of the day.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you believe in a higher power.
Of course, I talk to him every day.
All praises, right? So my point, the reason I said that is because the higher power never called us black people as a nationality. He never called us African American as a nationality. That was just
his people.
Right. Well, we are his people. You're right. But what did he name us?
Israelites.
That's right.
Hebrews.
That's right.
Yeah.
You understand? So with that being said, you know that, right? Obviously.
Yeah.
Right? So with that being said, what's required of us?
Incense smell good is.
All praise to the Most High. My point is, I've been asking people this that been walking past. Now, you seem like somebody that's for your people. Right? Would you say you for your people?
I love my people.
All praise to the Most High. We love our people too.
At the same time.
I know what you mean, brother. I know what you mean. Right? But with that being said, how do we get our people out of this position that we in? How do we get out of the slum, the ghetto? How do we turn the tides of what our people are subject to today?
That is something I can't tell you because our people nowadays are not who they used to be back then.
I won't argue with that. That is true. A lot of our people's minds is bad nowadays.
Not bad, fucked up.
Right.
My language,
No, you good, brother. You good, brother. But my point of asking you that,
fucked up.
you're right.
You feel me?
We destroy for a lack of knowledge, right? So my thing is this, right? We gonna tell you, or we gonna try to show you what's the best way to help our people. You understand? How do we get our people out of these situations? Right? Bring this out.
In the book of Deuteronomy.
Hold that. I still want to read that in Isaiah chapter 54 and 15.
Okay. The book of Isaiah, chapter 54.
Hold on, wait till Right, so a lot of our people would say coming together is how we do it. But like I was trying to educate the other brother on, our coming together has never really been the real issue before. You understand? We came together multiple times throughout the process of time. You had the Black Panthers, you had the Crowns, you had Marcus Garvey, Martin Luther King, you had Malcolm X. Well, coming together, we've done that before. You see what I'm saying? So coming together is not the real thing, right? Bring this up.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, and verse 15 from the top. Behold, they shall surely gather together.
The Lord already knew that we have a mind to want to naturally gather together as a people. Right? Just like, what was that, like last year or 2 years ago at the Riverwalk in Birmingham, Alabama. Wasn't that Alabama?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They seen that that wasn't even their business. You see what I'm saying? But they seen their brother, and there was another nation doing something to them. What did they do? And they gathered together. You see what I'm saying? Right. So it's in our spirit to want to gather together and be for our people. You understand? But this is the one thing that we always miss throughout the process of time. Again, one more time from the top.
In the book of Isaiah, chapter 54 and verse 15. Behold, they shall surely gather together.
We're going to surely gather together, but what?
But not by me.
What the Lord say?
But not by me.
See, that said, but not by me, man.
Not by me.
Think about it. All the past things that you've seen or heard about, we gathered together as a people, but it wasn't built up off of the foundation of the Most High God. Right? The true power. Read on.
Reading on. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake.
And every time we gather together, but he's not at the helm of it, right? He's not at the foundation, guess what? It's going to fall. That's why, guess what? Marcus Garvey failed, right? Martin Luther King failed, right? Malcolm X failed, the Crowns failed, the Black Party Panther failed. All these people failed. Why? Because it wasn't built off of the foundation of the Lord. You understand? And I'm not talking about Christianity.
Right, I'm
talking about who we are and our foundation and what we worship and how we worship and our roots and our background, and ultimately it comes down to our heritage. Right? Because what's our heritage? Right. But what did we do it kind of, me personally, it kind of irked me when people think the law is just, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, thou shalt not do that. People don't understand that the law literally contains your heritage. It contains what we wore. It contained the things that we ate. It contained how we supposed to treat one another. It contained the days that we celebrated. Because do you think our ancestors were celebrating 4th of July back then?
Fuck no.
What about Christmas?
I got a sailor tongue, y'all.
Nah, you good. What about Christmas? No. Thanksgiving. No. These are not things.
Christmas.
Right. Crazy. Christ wasn't even born in the wintertime. Right? And 4th of July, we was in slavery in 1776. You got to think about it. Harriet Tubman didn't come to the 1800s.
Right. To free the slave.
So you got to think about this different stuff. Go ahead.
The math is not mathing. When you think about it, how are we enslaved so-called for well over 400 years, but our dang on nationality is younger than our slavery?
See that? Right? But
Say that again.
If you look at the math, if America's birthday is 1776, July 4th, that's under 300 years. That's well over 240 something years. If we've been enslaved for well over 400 years, who were we before we were named what we were named in July 4th, 1776?
right. So basically he's saying, right, our nationality go back, and who we are and what we call ourselves go back further than, right. So the point is, right, we trying to give you your heritage up here, right? So would you allow us to do that, brother? You already knowing that we Israelites, you understand, right? We the Hebrew Israelites. Now we gonna give you our heritage, who we are, what we did. Because people don't even know, but we got a day every month where we get together and turn up the races. That was given us by the Most High God, though. It's called a new moon. You understand? We got things called Pentecost, right? You got Feast of Weeks, right? Which is the same thing, right? You got Tabernacles, Passover, Feast of Trumpets, right? Feast of Dedication, Feast of Purim, all these different things that the Most High God has given us for a heritage. But because I like to say this too, a lot of our people gravitate towards Christmas, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, New Year's, because they don't know who they are. When you don't know who you are, what you gonna do? You gonna gravitate towards everybody else, right? Because you don't know what to gravitate. You don't have nothing to hang your hat on, right? Because you don't know, right? So now we're gonna give it. We're gonna break down to you, brother, right? Some commandments, which is our heritage, right? Real quick, first, give me that in the book of Sirach, chapter 24 and verse 23. Right, give me Sirach, chapter 24 and verse 23, and brothers, give me the book of Leviticus, chapter 11 and 7.
Sirach chapter 24 and verse 23. And all these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High God, even the law which Moses commanded for inheritance.
For what?
For inheritance.
So the law was given to us as a heritage. You understand? Not, yeah, it's built obviously to give us a moral compass and what to do, what not to do, but it was our heritage at the end of the day. You understand? It was who we are as a people. Now we have detached away from the law, and guess what? Now our people don't know who they are. Now our people, and guess what? When you detach away from the law, but more importantly, your power source, guess what? Everything else fall with it. Gods, and yet we kings upon the face of the earth, right?
But what are we really?
Right. But not only that, but when you separate from your power source, that's how stuff like this happens. How does the greatest people upon the face of the earth get taken into slavery? We're the most powerful people, we're the most smartest people, intellectually gifted people, we're the most spiritual people on the earth, all these different things, yet we got overtaken by a base nation of people who are inferior to us. Really, straight up, it is what it is in every way, right? Even when you go to something so simple, right? I don't know if you know who Charleston White is? Yeah, Charleston White, right? He got a daughter, right? She just graduated and she on her way to college. Guess how old she is? 16. 16-year-old so-called African-American woman, but she's an Israelite, graduated at 16 years old and on her way to college. Oh, my bad.
15.
Fact check. 15 years old. Right? And she's not the only one. Obviously, you got thousands of our people that do these things.
Right.
So we gifted mentally, spiritually. We're the most spiritual people on the face of the earth. Naturally, we naturally want to worship. You understand? Right?
Just need
God.
All tap in.
Right. Exactly. And we got to do it according to knowledge. Most importantly, you see what I'm saying? Right. So Bring this out in Leviticus. We got Leviticus.
Oh, it was another book that Jules wanted him to read. That's why he had the red one up. I want to hear that one real quick.
Oh, we brought it. It was in Sirach 24 and 23. Yeah, 11 and 7.
Leviticus chapter 11 and verse 7. And the swine.
What?
And the swine.
Oh, a swine is right, pig. Right, you eat pork? All praise. Hey, I gotta ask. You never know.
I would eat an apple before I eat it. And I don't like fruit, okay? I eat carrots.
All praises, though, brother. All praises, right? But good. That's a beautiful thing, right? That's a part of our heritage, and you didn't even know probably that we didn't indulge in pork. That's for real though. You gotta think about it. The Quran came out 700 years after the last book of the Bible was written, which was in 96 AD. The Quran ain't come. The Quran ain't come right till 700 years after that. So they teachings and the things that they teach and a lot of their law actually comes from the Bible. That's why
the Hebrews and the Israelites.
Right. That's why even when you become a Muslim, right? They tell you that in the Quran, they tell you that you have to refer to the people of the book. The people of the book is talking about the Israelites, which goes back to our ancestors, right? Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Yeah.
Right. So all that's built off of this foundation. That's why a lot of like you got Ramadan, right? They get Ramadan from our high holy day, which is called atonement. Right. Ramadan for them is when they fast. But a lot of people don't understand that they got that from our laws and commandments. We have a day.
You can't control nobody if you did.
What? You see that? Can you say that one more time? Say it. Say it in the camera. I know that's a good camera. Say that in the camera.
You can't. I don't even know what I did.
basically, the point is,
you can't do it if you not that person. Like,
well, it was about getting a nation in order. Why wouldn't you use the greatest laws on the earth to get your nation in order?
If you can't use the greatest laws in the nation to get your nation in order,
you're not gonna be in order.
You're not gonna be in order, as we are now.
You see that? Because why our people fell away from what?
Christ.
What? Yeah. Right. But
our Father.
The law.
The law.
Right. Our people fell away from the law, and of course, the Most High God. Of course.
But that's my law. I'm spiritual. You feel me?
You said you're spiritual? Are we spiritual up here, brothers? Yeah, we spiritual. Go to Romans chapter 7 and verse 14, right? Go to Romans 7 and 14, right? And give me the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, and start at verse 17.
Book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14. I'm trying to break it down.
Because a lot of people, they say they spiritual, and that's okay. But people got to understand what actually being spiritual is. Right? Because a lot of people can say they spiritual, but are you really spiritual? Spiritual meaning pure. You understand? Because what's more pure than the soul? You see what I'm saying?
I gotta come up with a different word then, because I ain't 100% pure.
Well, guess what? We gonna get you there, brother. Through the spirit and power of the Most High God. Right? Bring this up.
In the book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14. Bring it out. For as many as are led by the Spirit of...
That's 7 and 14? Yep. Or,
You might need 11.
Nah, you in 8, King. I'm on 7. 7 and 14.
7 right here.
Yeah, that's chapter 8, though. 14 right there. That's 14.
For we, in the book of Romans, chapters... in the book of Romans, chapter 7 and verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual.
It said we know that the law is spiritual. Marie?
But I am carnal, sold under sin.
What? We in these fleshly bodies. Right? So the law is spiritual. Why did I bring that out? Right? Bring this out. It's going to tie in. Watch this. 6 and start at verse 17.
Wisdom of Solomon chapter 6 and verse 17. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline.
Right? The her is talking about wisdom. Right? When you want to gain the wisdom of the Lord, right? Hey, the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline. Right? And, or if you don't have discipline, how can you gain wisdom? You understand? Read.
And the care of discipline is love.
Because whatever you have love toward, you're going to have discipline towards that thing. People that love football and play football in the NFL, guess what? They have
working.
Exactly. They wake up at 6 a.m. Kobe Bryant, he was disciplined.
Yeah.
Why? Because he loved basketball.
Yeah.
So whatever you have love towards, you're going to be disciplined towards. Right, read on.
Verse 18, and love is the keeping of her laws.
One more time.
And love is the keeping of her
It
laws.
said love is the keeping of her laws. So guess what? If you really put forth love upon the face of the earth, and more importantly, you show the Most High God that you love him, you got to keep the commandments. You got to keep the laws. Because guess what? Read.
And the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption.
It's the assurance of incorruption when you keep the commandments. Right? If you're incorruptible, what does that mean? You can't be tainted. If you can't be tainted, what are you? Pure. It's going to tell you that. Read.
And incorruption maketh us near.
Maketh us what?
Maketh us near unto God.
Make you near and make you closer to the Most High. The closer you get to the Most High, guess what? The purer you are.
And the more spiritual you are.
Exactly. That's what really being spiritual is. You see what I'm saying? So when we call ourselves spiritual, that means what we got to do. That means we got to keep the commandments to the best of our ability. Obviously believing on the Most High God and the Son. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's how we really truly become spiritual at the end of the day. That's why I said, we all these brothers up here is spiritual, right? Truly spiritual meaning what? Pure, close and nigh unto the Most High God, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. You see what I'm saying? And how do you do that? Right, by keeping these commandments. You understand? Because real quick, I'm gonna get this one, and then I want to get back to the law real quick. Go to the book of Ezekiel chapter 39 and start at verse 22. Ezekiel 39 and verse 22.
Ezekiel chapter 39 and verse 22. It reads, so the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their God.
Right, it says, so the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their God. Right, here's the point right here. Bring this up.
From that day and forward. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity.
Went into slavery and bondage and went into slavery on ships. What?
For their iniquity.
Or what?
For their iniquity.
Meaning it was divine intervention. It wasn't because, like I was talking about earlier, they were smarter than us. Or they were stronger than us. They was more strategic. It don't have nothing to do with that. The reason we went into slavery and captivity is because our disobedience. You see what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people will be like, well, dang, why us not listen to the Lord? Why will he do all this to us? Go to Deuteronomy chapter 8 and verse 5. Let's see. Because people forget, they love to say that, oh, he's our father, he's our father, he's our father. We his children, we his children, we his children. But when it comes to how you're supposed to treat a child and how a father supposed to deal with his kids, right, all that go out the window for some reason. Right, watch this. Bring this up.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8 and verse 5. Thou shalt also consider in thine heart that as a man chasten his son.
Same way a man would discipline his child. If your child was out here and you said, hey, don't go across the street, and he ended up going across the street, guess what? Some way, shape, form, or fashion, you're going to discipline him. Whether it's a little pop on the hand, or whether, hey, you put belt to ass, right? Or whether he got to sit in time out. Right, whatever it is, it's going to be a disciplinary action behind it, right? Read.
So the Lord thy God chastened thee.
That's how the Lord deal with us. So we his children, right? If we his children, then guess what? Hey, when we do something we're not supposed to do, the Lord disciplines us. And this is our discipline. Because like I always tell people, you're not going to see a giant belt come out the sky. Right, he start whooping. No, that ain't work.
I was about to chase it. I thought it was
all praises. Yeah, boy.
It's the book of Amos chapter 6 and verse 14. Behold, I will rise up against you a nation, O house of Israel, saith the Lord God of hosts, and they shall afflict you.
And they shall what?
And they shall afflict you from the entering in of Hamath unto the rivers of the wilderness.
Right, so the point is, the Lord said, I'm going to raise up a nation to discipline. Because what the Lord say, right? Go to the book of Habakkuk chapter, go to Habakkuk chapter 2, or Habakkuk chapter 1 and verse 14. 1 and 12. It's a lot. Give me Habakkuk 1 and 12.
I see y'all out here every Saturday. Every Saturday.
It's the book of Habakkuk, chapter 1 and verse 12. Art thou not from everlasting, O Lord my God, mine Holy One?
Right.
We shall not die.
Right, because we don't die at the end of the day, right? We fall asleep. Right. You understand? We're very spiritual people and in tune with the Most High God. We understand that death is not the end all be all, so we fall asleep. Right. You understand? Read on.
O Lord, thou hast ordained them for judgment.
It said, thou hast ordained them for judgment. Read.
And O mighty God, thou hast established them.
Thou hast what?
Thou hast established them for correction.
It said, thou hast established them for correction. Meaning what? The other nations are used as the belt. They the belt to ass. You see what I'm saying?
They
right,
are disciplined.
The book of Psalms chapter 17 and verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked. Which is thy sword? Which is thy sword?
See that? So all throughout the scriptures and throughout time, right, these other nations are our correction. Because the Lord said, look, since you don't want to serve me, I'm going to make you serve your enemies until you learn how to serve me. Guess what? Let me put it in perspective for you, right? When I was a jit, right, when I was younger, you see what I'm saying? My parents, they'd tell me, hey, they say, boy, since you don't want to listen to my rules, go outside then, right? And find you somewhere else to stay. Right? A lot of parents probably did that to them when they was younger. If you don't want to abide by my rules, then go out there and go deal with theirs then. Right? And guess what we always do? Eventually we always what? Come back home. That's how the Most High God dealing with us. We're like, hey, since you don't want to listen to my rules, hey, I'm gonna let them deal with you until you come back. And now, brother, we in the time of what? Coming back unto the Most High God. Right? And that's what we want you to do, brother. Right? By doing what? Ultimately, obviously believing in the Most High God and His Son, but coming and taking heed to these laws, statutes, and commandments, which is our what? Word. You're right, but our heritage. There you go, brother. All praise, all praise. Now you good, which is our heritage at the end of the day. Right? And that's what we're trying to get back to. Right? So now let's get back to the law. You got something?
Yeah, I had some, but it was going into like our first.
Okay, yeah, let's get into these law, statutes, and commandments. You said you don't eat pork, all praise to the Most High. Right? You eat seafood?
Sometimes I
What kind of seafood? Crab meat. Okay, what else?
Shrimp.
Okay.
It gotta be deveined all the way.
I feel you,
I don't want to see no blackness in my tail.
They don't want to be around here eating manure, man.
Hell no.
Right, but what else? Eat like catfish or cod,
I'm not a big fan of catfish.
Not a big fan of catfish. Okay, so you kind of, when you do eat seafood, you kind of crab, shrimp, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what our law say. Right, go ahead.
Leviticus 11 and verse 9. These shall you eat of all that are in the waters.
So it's gonna let us know what we ate. You understand, concerning the waters. Right, go ahead.
Whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat.
So if it got fins and scales, hey, we can get down with it. We can do our thing.
Perfectly fine to eat.
You can do your thing, right? So, right, tilapia, cod, whiting, perch, bass, bluegill, salmon, those are all fish that red snapper.
I just ain't find nobody yet that can fry the fish good.
You gotta get in there, bro. Right, you gotta kind of get in there. You can eat in a seafood place, but they gotta.
I'm cheap.
Oh, that's cool too. But I was just gonna say, if you do, it just gotta be stuff that got fins and scales that you order. You see what I'm saying? Now let's keep reading on.
I can't eat shrimp.
Let's see what the Lord said.
Leviticus 11 and verse 9. These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever hath fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them shall ye eat. And all that have not fins and scales, and all that have not fins and scales, in the seas and in the rivers, of all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you.
See, that's what the Lord said. If it don't got fins and scales,
it's an abomination.
It's an abomination unto us.
Chicken.
No. It's talking about that's in the waters.
Wait, so eating out of the waters is bad for us?
No. You can eat fins and scales. You can eat it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you can eat things that's in the water.
But it gotta have fins.
Yeah, right. So if it don't have fins and scales,
sea cucumbers, seaweed, stuff like that.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with seaweed or what's that thing a lot of our people like to do with sea moss.
Sea moss,
yeah. See, a lot of our people like dealing with sea moss, right? We can't deal with that, right? But crab, shrimp, it don't matter if you take the dookie out of it, right? We still can't deal with it.
All right.
Right? Yeah, we still can't deal with it, brother. Right? But it's other foods that you can eat. Right? It's not like I like to tell people all the time, eating shrimp, crab, and lobster and pork not willing to die over. Right? It's not worth dying about.
It's not.
And the reason our people love doing those things even in the first place is just because, you understand, during slavery, I like to say, I used to have a poster that had a depiction of this, but in slavery they used to force feed our people pork. Right? They even show it on that one movie. Yeah, they was all on the ship, and what they would do is they would shove it down this little slide thing, and if somebody wouldn't try to eat it, they would take a thing and they would put it to their mouth and they would hammer it, and they would knock their teeth out and force them to eat the pork. Yeah, it's like a funnel. Right? So that's why, goodbye Uncle Tom. So that's the reason why a lot of our people like to indulge and eat the things that we're not supposed to, and that's why down south chiefly, guess what? All the stuff that's heavy, what they like to eat: shrimp, crab, lobsters, pork. Because why? During slavery, that's what they used to do. So that stuck with our people. But our people not supposed to indulge in those different things. But guess what? These other nations, when they look at it, they looking at it like, how do we keep a nation of people down? What's going on, kid? We love you, brother. Anyways, right now you good, right? So my thing is, right? They said, look, in order to keep these people down, we gotta make sure that they what? They not keeping the commandments. Because when we don't keep the commandments, that's when we turn away from our power source.
And that's when we get disciplined by
exactly, and that's what's going on right now. We're being disciplined because we don't have an economy. You understand? We don't have a government. We don't got our own army. We don't have nothing. If you want to leave, you got to get a what?
A passport.
Say it slow for me. You got to get a pass. You got to get a pass to leave, like when you're in middle school or something. You got to get a hall pass.
Right, I got to get a hall pass to go.
Hey, our forefathers,
Amsterdam.
Hey, in the intro, when our forefathers wanted to leave, man, they could just leave. They didn't have to get a passport to leave.
But we need a pass.
Because guess what? We're in captivity. You understand?
Our ancestors.
Right. They
just
didn't.
Lack of discipline.
What didn't they do?
They didn't follow the heritage.
Right, which is the what exactly, brother. So in order to reverse all this and back to the original question of what I asked when we first came up, how do we truly help our people? How do we get our people out of this position?
I still don't know. You still got something.
No, you just said it.
Help them.
Look, if not keeping the commandments is what got us in this position, how do we get out?
Bringing the commandments back.
Yeah, exactly, brother.
But
right, and having faith on y'all on them.
Everybody that only common sense isn't as common as it seems.
You're right, but our job is to reach the amount that the Lord wants us to reach.
That's all we can do.
Right.
Just keep reaching.
Because at the end of the day, these things is gonna happen regardless. Every single one of our people is not gonna be on one accord.
Right.
But the Lord, hey, He don't care about every single person. You understand? What I mean by that is, it's not gonna take every single one of our people to get on one accord in order for Him to come back.
True.
And in order for things to get restored back to how it's gonna be. Right? Some of our people, hey, some of our people gotta get dealt with. It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? Some people you gotta leave back.
Right.
Right? Just like with the one of the major things that happened to the Muslims, right? And their infiltration was they whole organization was infiltrated to a T, to the core. I mean, they had so many agents in they what's the name? In their
party.
Right. But what would they do when they found one? What would they do? They would kill them.
I wasn't gonna say the K word.
Oh yeah, they'd kill them. It ain't what it is. They would get rid of them. Right. So the point is, that's a similar tactic of what's gonna be done, but it's gonna be done by the Most High God. You see what I'm saying? The rebels, they gotta get purged out. Right, give me that in the book of Ezekiel chapter. Give me the book of Ezekiel chapter 20. Right, give me Ezekiel 20 and start at verse 36.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 20 and verse 36. Like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, so will I plead with you, saith the Lord Yahweh.
Right, because in the first wilderness when we was leaving out of Egypt, the Lord had to kill people because they wasn't getting down with the program. The Lord literally was feeding our people, and they was like, man, we was better off in Egypt. We was better off this, that, and they was bucking up against the Lord. And He like, this not a people that you can start over with. So what? Yeah, He had to get rid of them. Some people might say that's cruel or that's this, that's that, but hey, that's the way things gotta be.
It has to be that.
Right. Think about it. If we all,
you gotta separate the bad from the good,
right,
the willing from the unwilling.
You gotta think about it. When you rebuild something, if you rebuild it with old bricks that's chiseled down, they got all type of cracks and stuff in it, it's gonna collapse eventually. Right? We don't.
Verse 37. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, And I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And I will purge out from among you the rebels.
See that? The Lord said he was going to purge out from among us the rebels. You see what I'm saying? We don't want you to be a part of those rebels. You see what I'm saying? We want you to be a part of the people that's going to go under the bond of the covenant, that's going to pass under the rod, man. And reign on the earth as a king, man. And reign on the earth as a king, have your own land, have your own, you got your own farm, everything that you can desire, you'll have it, man. You understand? And that's what we want for you. You see what I'm saying? But we got to come back to what?
Our heritage.
Right, exactly, right? So real quick, last one, real quick, right? Go to the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 18. 3 and 16. Right, I gotta bring this up. Right, and then somebody hold the book of Judah chapter 8 and verse 24.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of God?
Right, you the temple. Right? You are part of the temple of the Lord, King. You understand? Read on.
And that the Spirit of God dwelleth in you. If any man defile the temple of God, him shall God destroy.
Right, so what's a way that we defile our temples?
Tattoos, smoking, drinking.
Right.
The BS in life.
Right. You see what I'm saying? So my point is, right, you a part of the temple of the Lord, King. Alright? With you being a part of the temple of the Lord and me, you being my brother and me loving you, I tell you, brother. Yeah, you got to, brother. Alright, you gotta, and it's pork in that. You said you don't eat pork. It's pork in that. Did you know that?
What about weed?
What about weed?
What about weed?
Let's see.
Damn.
Let's see. It's all good, but he asked. Right?
He pulled his Bible up so quick. He was like, let me go ahead and get
right, and let me get the book of Ezekiel. I'm going to pass it in a minute, right? But let me get the book of Ezekiel chapter 8 and 17 too as well.
In the book of Ezekiel, chapter 8 and verse 17. Then he said unto me, hast thou seen this, O son of man? Is it a like thing to the house of Judah, that they commit the abominations which they commit here?
Right, so the Lord is speaking to Ezekiel and he's telling them, hey, look, these are some of the abominations and the evil things that these people do. And he's going to show them the abominable things that they're doing. Read.
For they have filled the land with violence.
The Lord said filling the land with violence, that's an abominable thing. Right? That's something that he hates. Right. Read.
And have returned to provoke me to anger.
That provokes the Lord to anger. But watch this. Read on.
And lo, they put the branch.
The what?
The branch.
When you smoke, what you smoke out of? You smoke out of game leaf, you smoke out of backwood, white owl. Papers.
I smoke rice paper.
Okay, rice papers. Where paper made from, brother?
Me a doobie up real quick.
Okay, where paper made from? Trees, right? Read.
And lo, they put the branch.
The what?
The branch.
What's that paper made out of?
The branch to their nose.
You smoke, where it's going? Put it up to your nose. You see what I'm saying? So these different things, right? We gotta disassociate ourselves from. You see what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's defiling our temple. That's why when you first took that hit, what you do? You start coughing.
Yeah.
Smoke not supposed to go, your lungs wasn't made for smoke to be in it. Even when we was children and they taught us how to deal with a fire, if your house or if the school ever caught on fire, what they say? Stop, drop, never, right. Why? Because that smoke is not meant to be in your lungs. You see what I'm saying? So these different things, we got to detach ourselves away from. The Lord said, hey, you can't defile your temple. Right?
Not gonna lie, I'm slowly but surely tweaking off the cigarette.
Yeah, you definitely got to get off. You definitely got to get off them, brother. You're a king, bro.
Going off of them, but
right, you're a king.
It help.
Right,
it help with the pain.
The classic of Jeremiah, chapter 44, verse 4. Howbeit I sent unto you all my servants the prophets, rising early and sending them, saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate.
It said, do not this abominable thing that I hate. And we just read how one of the abominable things that the Lord hates was smoke. Right. You see what I'm saying? And most of the time our people do it, why? Because they calm them down, they soothe them out, so on and so forth.
But that's just a lie that the white man tells us.
Right. And we get hooked to it. Hold on, real quick. Right, real quick, I'm gonna get like 2 more. I know brothers got multiple precepts. I gotta pass it though, right? Go to the book of real quick. Give me Psalms chapter 55 and verse 22. Right, real quick, and I still want that Judith. Right, then the next mighty speaker gonna come up and continue to edify you.
Psalms chapter 55 and verse 22. The book of Psalms chapter 55 and verse 22. Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and he shall sustain thee.
He shall what?
And he shall sustain thee.
It said cast your burden upon the Lord. So like I said, a lot of our people smoke. Why? Because they make them, they relax them, make them feel good. They might be going through a lot of stress. They like, I know when
Instead of puffing on this, just puff on the higher power energy.
Okay. I know what you mean. Yeah, which is the scriptures.
I would smoke the scripture and inhale it.
Spiritually. All right, because that sound crazy. That sound crazy. Right, but I know what you mean. Right? You wanna inhale the words of life. Right? And you want that to sustain you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Right? You want the breath of life to come in. You want to do the breath of life. They tell you in the book of Ezekiel chapter 37. Right? Verse 5 on down. You see what I'm saying? Right, burrito?
Reading on, continuing on verse 22. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved.
So at the end of the day, when those problems arise or when that stress comes, and you're supposed to hang yourself upon the Lord. You're supposed to cast that burden upon him. He'll sustain you. Right? Just like it tell you in the book of Isaiah chapter 26. We don't got to get it, but it's the same thing it tell you in Isaiah 26 and 2. You understand? Right? Or Isaiah 23 and 2, Salakia. Right? Hey, he'll keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on thee. Right, so when you got your mind stayed on the Lord, and he'll keep you in perfect peace. All right, King, you don't have to rely right off of weed or rely off of the cigarette. You see what I'm saying? Because you're way above that, brother. You're way better than having the results of that to get you right. You see what I'm saying?
Thank you.
And you can drink. Ain't nothing wrong with drinking. People think it's a sin.
I'm about to go get me a bottle now.
Yeah, you can do that, brother. Now you don't want to rely off of that.
No,
you see what I'm saying?
nah,
But
it's just,
it's
I
okay.
like doing it in my pastime
You sip you a little a little wine. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you can sip you some wine. You know, you can sip you some Hennessy, whatever. See that?
Come on,
All
I like
praises,
making people laugh.
Nah, that's all good, bro. All praises. Right? So, bring this out.
What verse?
24.
Judith chapter 8 and verse 24. Now therefore, O brethren, let us shew an example to
Let's do what?
Let us shew an example.
Let us show an example, and that's what we out here to do week in and week out, and throughout the week as well. It's not a Christianity thing. We're only on Sunday. You holier than thou. Right. Nah, hey, we out here. We gotta show an example unto our people. Go ahead.
Let us shew an example to our brethren, because their hearts depend on us.
What the Lord say?
Because their hearts depend on us.
Hey, the people's hearts depend on us, brother. The people that you around, you don't even know it, but they depending on you because they didn't get this knowledge yet, but you did. Right. So, brother, they depending on you, brother. How you move, that's how they gonna move. You see what I'm saying? So their hearts depend on you, brother. Just like in this moment in time, it's dependent on us. Read on.
And the sanctuary, and the house, and the altar rest upon us.
Hey, these things rest upon us, man. So, Lord willing, if you got time, brother, the next mighty electrifying speaker gonna come up and continue to edify you. But before you leave, or before I change it, right, what's your nationality? What did God call us?
Israelites.
That's right, we Israelites, right? As Israelites, how do we help our people? What's the best thing we can do?
By bringing us back to our heritage.
That's right, and what's our heritage?
Helping us follow our law.
That's right, all praise to the Most High God. With that, come there, Shalom. Come there, Shalom. Come there, Shalom. All praise to the Most High God.